Hey everyone, Tofu here, and welcome back to more Banjo-Tooie. Last time, we properly started off Grunty Industries and got up to the second floor, and we still have a bit more to do on this floor before we advance to the next one. So we got this battery last time to open up the electromagnet chamber. There's not really anything to do in here right now, but I'll show off what we have in here just so it will make a bit more sense later. We have this button right here, but I don't think it'll actually do anything right now because we're going to need a bit more pressure to actually get enough force to put it down. Up here, there is something up there, but I fell off, so I could not properly show it. Up here, there's a guy. If we look up, there's this little platform up there. And we're going to need to lower that at some point, but we can't really do that right now. Also over here, we have the elevator the elevator. This is just where you access the elevator on the second floor. So if we go in here, we will actually be in the elevator shaft. And, well, we could go back down to floor 1, because that's the only other door that's open right now in the elevator, but that's about it. So I'm not actually going to do anything there. Really did not need to come in here at all, but I just felt like showing off what we needed to, because some stuff will make a bit more sense later. So we will have to come in back here again at some point, but not right now. We also have, when the game will actually load, we have this grate here, and this will actually hit me once I blow it up. But this will lead back to Humba Wumba's wigwam. We don't need to go there right now, but it's just a nice little shortcut that we've opened up for later, which will be quite helpful. So, definitely want to go ahead and do that. But for now, we're going to go back through this little area here. Let's make sure we try to knock this camera out of the way, so we don't have to deal with those annoying robot guys, even though we don't actually need to really stay in here for too long. Instead, we want to go down this way, because we have not gone down here yet. We got some more guys. There is a battery over there, who you can't really see right now because he's not spawned in. There he is. There's also another security thing over there, so I don't really want to go over there too far, because we can't get the battery without Banjo by himself anyway, so no point in really trying to do that right now. Instead, what we want to do is we want to go to this box, get the claw clamber boots, and climb up the wall over here, because this is actually how we get to the third floor. So got a little grip grab thing to grab up there to climb across over to that platform over there, but you can just do a little talent draw jump like this, or mess it up. Good job, Tofu, you completely failed at looking cool. Let's not get hit by that guy, because those guys were actually kind of being butts to me earlier, and I took way more damage than I would have liked to. So let's try that again, because this is a pretty cool jump to do if you can actually get it. Yep, you want to do a ground pound there just before you land, so you can actually get enough extra height to actually land up there. I don't know why the lights are kind of like clipping through the walls there. I don't know. I've never seen that before. Even playing on Totally Real Nintendo 64, I've never seen that little visual bug before. But if we go to the sussy vent here, there's a little switch here, and that will open up a little passage to get to this area again, which we don't really want to go into because the droids are in there right now, but again, it'll be helpful to us later. There's also another skivvy here that we'll need to wash their clothes, but we can't really do that right now. Another grab section here, but this one is even easier to get. Don't even need to ground pound for that one. And let's just climb the ladder up here and head on up to floor 3. Yeah, floor 3. There's a globo on the box over there, so that should tell you that Mumbo is nearby, and he is. Though we can't actually really reach that globo right now, so we'll have to find another way to get that. And what do I actually want to do right now? Because there's definitely a lot we can do in this section right now. I think what we want to do first is go here and split up. Let me heal with Banjo here, because he's quite low on health. I imagine Kazooie is too. Let me actually go check right now. See what she's at. Yeah, she's only at 2. So, let me actually split back up. So now we are both at full health. And, Kazooie should have a little bit more health to her, so that will be good. Let's get Banjo back up to full as well. since we do lose a bit when we split. Okay, so now I believe the first thing we want to do with Banjo is kind of go over here. There is a security droid thing over there, but we don't actually have grenade eggs right now to shoot it, so we're gonna have to be pretty careful over here. Let's go ahead and grab this battery, put it in our backpack. There we go. And just not get hit by the little guys as we walk through this. There's Mumbo up there. We don't need to talk to him right now, but we'll get the warp pad by his house because that will be helpful, as warp pads tend to be. Some eggs up here. I will probably just get some clockworks because you can never have too many clockworks. And then we'll go through this other sussy vent, and this will take us to pretty much the other end of the room that we were just in with Kazooie. So there's the service elevator. That's different from like the actual elevator that we opened on floor 2. We'll find out more about that. Hello, camera. We'll find out about that a bit later. So what we want to do with Banjo, first of all, you can probably hear a Jinjo, but I'm pretty sure that guy's fake, so I'm not going to worry about him. I guess we can climb up here. I think there's like some other way to get up there, but yeah, we're just going to climb up here for now. Get on top of these boxes. Is this where I want to be? Sort of, I guess. Yeah, we can make these jumps very easily. Don't fall. Okay, go up here. And yes, this is where we want to go. I want to climb up to this little, I guess, rod thing. I don't know. Climb across and make it to these boxes over here. We could jump down and get that Globo that's down there, but I think it's easier to get with Kazooie, so I'll just let her do that. Go into the boiler plant room up here. And this is where we want to actually bring that battery, because there is a door that requires a battery to open. Okay, well that completely missed. Let's try that again, as that guy screams in absolute horror. I love how they scream. It is so funny. And man, neither of those guys dropped honeycombs for me. That is unfortunate. But we'll put the battery in here, and this will open up the packing room. And, well, that's pretty much all we have to do with Banjo by himself right now, so now we'll swap back to Kazooie and do kind of a lot more things. Well, I guess it's not that much more, but it's gonna feel like a little bit more. So first of all, we're just gonna go up here, and we can totally get this Globo now just with the leg spring ability. We can also just fly right up here, or I guess jump as well. We could go right in there to Banjo with Kazooie right now, but there's a couple other things I'm gonna do with her first. For one, let's go over here. Probably gonna fall damage there. Yep, that's fine. Go up here, break this box that has a bounce pad in it. And go ahead and bounce up here. And here we'll have an empty honeycomb. And then... oh, no. I needed to do a leg spring jump there, but I might be able to get it with just this bounce pad. Yes, I can. Alright. Look at these notes up here. And I believe the Jinjo that I heard earlier is over here, but I am pretty much certain that he's fake. And I missed it. I should be able to get back up here just with a jump like that. Actually, no, that is kind of far away. Can I make it back to that platform? Well, okay, here's what I can do. I can shoot a clockwork up there. I know this guy is fake, like for a fact, but I'll show it anyway, just in case you think I'm insane. Yeah, see, he died. Just like that. Alright. Now, we can bring Kazooie to the boiler plant with Banjo, because she has done what she needs to do by herself. Though, not really, actually. Because the boiler plant is a mini-game. Or I guess the packing room inside the boiler plant is a mini-game. And you can do it as both Banjo and Kazooie, or you can do it as Kazooie by herself. And you know me, I love playing as Kazooie by herself, so I am definitely going to play this minigame with just Kazooie. There's no real advantage to it, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of cool. I don't need the rules, I will explain it. Hi, Kazooie. You're very cute. So we've got the packages. The Twinklies, who you may recall, we saw them in Witchy World, but they were also in Freezy Peak in the first game. We've got to collect a bunch of those, and it's again red, green, blue minigame, so we want to get the blue ones if we can, but I don't actually see, like, any of them. But one thing you may notice, oh, there's one. Okay, I actually got it. we're actually getting slower the more we pick up, so we want to actually drop them off as we get them, because then we can't move as fast the more we have. Oh, that blue one got away. So yeah, just kind of want to grab as many as you can, then when you start to slow down, just drop them off. See if I can get that. Okay, never mind. The blue one just immediately disappeared. Also, I totally forgot to grab those speed shoes over there. Oh man, I missed that blue one. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get it this time, just because I totally forgot about the speed shoes. Yeah, look how much easier this is going to be. Okay, let's try that again, but actually do it correctly this time. Yeah, I know. Please let me try again. Okay. Man, I don't know what it is with these minigames. I just feel the need to explain them, and I forget to do things. Like, just grab the shoes. Goodness. Okay. Okay, let's try to get some green ones, because the blue ones are a bit more rare. But, wow, I actually have 3 of them right now. I haven't got a single green one. Well, okay, well, let's drop out what we have. There's a green one. Where are blueies? Why is there so many reds? Let's get some of these green guys. There's kind of a lot going around right now. Okay, there's a blue. Give me that blue. Okay, let's drop these off. Get that green one before. Alright. Okay. Give me green. Where the heck is everything, dude? Okay. Oh, get that blue one. Get the blue one, quick. Okay, I got a couple there. Let's just drop those off. There we go. Yep. Also, you probably could tell, but you actually do have to drop them off to actually get the points. Also, I think, Kazooie just looks really cool in the lighting here. Because, like, I don't know, it's like the blue, green, and red lighting is super apparent, in these areas. And I just think it looks cool. But let's get out of here and actually go meet back up with Banjo, because it is time to move on. It's actually kind of almost everything we need to do on floor 3 right now. Though not quite, still have a bit more to do. I did not want to build drill, though I do want to build drill over here, because there is a thing to build drill. So, we're gonna do it. We gotta unscrew these little bolts here. It's gonna show us what we're actually unscrewing here. It's that little platform in the magnet chamber, and it actually has a Mumbo pad on it, so we have to actually bring that down so that Mumbo can actually use it there. Because otherwise, he won't be able to reach it. Thankfully, it does not show us every screw being loosened in a little cutscene. It only does it for the first and last ones. But there we go, now that has fallen. So, let's go ahead and get out of here now. We have another elevator over here, which I guess I will open, even though I don't really plan to use the elevator, but if you find it useful, there you go. I think that's actually everything to do in here. We can see a little room in here, but we can't actually access that right now. So, let's just get out of here. There's not much else to that room, despite how pretty big it is. And, I think right now, we are going to go down here. Collect feathers, apparently, because they are there. And I want to go down this way. Got these, washer and bolts enemies. I think this is the first time we've seen them in this level, but, they're no hassle, really. Just kind of run into them, like every other enemy, but unlike these guys, they don't have a giant wrench that they're gonna try to squash you with, so that's a bit helpful. Is there anything behind here? I don't think so. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and climb up here, not get zapped, and make our way out the door here. So, should have a little staircase outside that will lead out of floor 3 and up to, you guessed it, floor 4. So there's actually not a ton to do on floor 4 right now. Kind of have to set up a few more things before we can properly do this floor. There's a little room over here that we cannot access. They will tell us that access is denied. Door can be accessed by mechanical personnel only, so it does not apply to us right now, so we will have to come back later when that actually does apply to us, but it won't right now. And I forgot to peek in here to get rid of those cameras, but oh well, we don't need to stay in this room for that long. We just want to hit this switch right now, and this will spawn a flight pad outside the building. So now we can actually fly around freely outside, which is going to be very helpful, because there is a lot to do. Well, not a whole lot to do, but there's definitely quite a bit to do outside still. There's that lava-looking sky again. But, yeah, that's actually really all we have to do in this room. So let's just quickly move on before those guys get to us. Got this giant conveyor belt here. It's also a warp pad. And we have these giant, I don't know what you'd call those things, wall crusher things. They will crush us if we go there, so we cannot go there right now. So we're going to have to figure out a way to try to stop that. And to stop that, well, what we have to do is go up here. You'll see there is a Mumbo pad, so we're going to have to use Mumbo to actually get that. So let's go ahead and actually get Mumbo right now. Trying to think the best way to actually go about doing this. Yeah, I think we are just going to get Mumbo right now, because we obviously have to use Mumbo 2 times in this level. One for the magnet chamber and one for those crushers right there. But it is a bit difficult because both of the uses of Mumbo here will put things on a timer. So we want to be pretty careful here with our time. I don't know if you can actually do everything in time. You do have quite a bit of time, but I don't think you can actually do both things at once with Mumbo. I'm not entirely sure about that. So I'm not going to risk it. I would not recommend doing it. I think I've tried it before, and I don't think it works. I just don't think you have enough time to do everything. So that is just not what I'm going to do. Let's go back to floor 4. Actually get that. Wow, they kind of spoil the transformation there on the warp pad icon. That's kind of cringe. Though I guess they do expect you to just get the transformation as soon as you see it, because the Globo is right there in front of Wumbas, so you can very easily transform right away, but I don't find it very convenient to do so right now. So, let's go ahead and get Mumbo really quick here. Use the EMP, which I think is electromagnetic pulse, something like that, I don't know. But that will stop the wall crushers. Though thankfully not when they're, like, actually crushed. It'll keep it open. So that's what we need to do. Belt crusher malfunction. It's going to slowly pan back to us because this is Banjo-Tooie and it loves slow camera movements. But that's not going to stay that way for a while. It is on a bit of a timer. Please don't use that Mumbo. You need to actually go ahead and just swap right back to Banjo and Kazooie. Thankfully, though, the timer does not actually count down while the game is loading, so nor does it count down, I think, when you're actually using a warp pad, like if you're just kind of trying to decide where to go. I think that the timer stops there. So you do actually kind of have plenty of time to actually come back here and get them. But I don't think you have enough time to actually do the other thing, especially because that is on a timer as well. And you have even more stuff to do after that, so it is a bit difficult. But we do have plenty of time to actually just go back to floor 4. So let us go back here and ride the conveyor belt all the way to the end. Because, yeah, we only have like 15 seconds left. That is not enough time to do everything else. And that will switch off the wall crushers permanently, so we can just kind of go through here freely at this point. We have another room over there, but I'm not going to go there right now because we actually kind of need to bring Banjo and Kazooie in there separately. So, I'm going to go in this little door here, and this will actually take us back to the start of the room, which is where the split-up pad is. So, if the game will load, there we go. Oh, I actually fell, jeez. Okay, let's split up. And let's just bring Banjo there first. Use Pack back there to descend our fall. And let's snooze pack it up here before we actually go further, because we're going to have to deal with some security robots in that room, and, well, Banjo does not really have a way to defend himself from that, so we will probably take a little bit of damage in here, but that's fine. He also moves super slow, which is unfortunate, though actually, I might have been mistaken here. Yes, we actually need a battery first, because I do not think we have one in our possession right now. So we actually have to go get ourselves a battery first, before we actually go to where we need to go in floor 4. Because we need a battery for that, and there's no batteries on floor 4, strangely. But there are 2 on floor 2. I don't know why, but there are. You probably saw it earlier. Well, I would hope you saw it earlier because I pointed it out. Though to be fair, it was kind of a very small distance away because of the draw distance. So, like, probably might have not actually gotten a good look at it, but it's over here, as I did point out. So let's just kind of creep along the wall here to avoid those robot guys, because they're going to be mad at us. Let's just go up here. They should not be able to hurt us over here. So, that's helpful. Let's get this guy up. Come on. Into the backpack.
Into the backpack!
Alright. Oh gosh. These guys are not in a great spot. But now let us begin our long trek back to floor 4. Because Banjo moves very, very slowly, and the warp pad is quite a ways away. Get rid of that guy. I don't need that. Oh my god! I did not mean to get that. Yeah, look how fast this goes now. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that can be a bit tricky. I don't actually know, like, what causes it to speed up. Because, like, I don't actually know. Because I usually just avoid those things, because they're not very helpful, ever. Especially now that we've got Snooze Pack, like, we don't really need a healing thing like that. Yeah, I don't know if it's like it just speeds up after a certain, like, when you unlock a certain world, or I don't know, because like if you collect one in like Mayhem Temple, does it still move slowly? Like, is it just world specific? I don't actually know. I've never bothered to experiment with that, but we'll have to go back to some older worlds eventually, of course, so I guess we'll find out there. Maybe, if I remember. Which I might not, because I don't remember a lot of stuff. I am very forgetful. As you may be able to tell by some of the things I've forgotten in this series. So yeah, now that we've got the battery, we can actually go through here. There's a shock jump pad that we cannot use because we don't have bird feet, so that's sad. But we can climb up here and continue to climb. There's the 4th floor button, but I don't think... Oh, we can actually hit that with our pack blank. I thought you had to use the beak barge to actually get it. Well, that just makes beak barge even more useless because it's usually only used to hit buttons, and, oh shoot, how did I... Oh, I'm stupid, I went the wrong way. Yeah, that's not where I actually want to go right now. That will be for later. But for now, I actually want to go the other way from this pole. And go down here. Because this is where the actual battery door is, so... Let's go ahead and drop that baby off in there. Get it out of there. I think that's actually the last battery that we need to use to open up some doors, so we don't have to worry about those anymore. This is the cable room. We, of course, do not want to go in here without Kazooie, so let's go ahead and bring her over. Let's go over here. Be very careful. Well, I don't know what we're being careful of, because there's nothing that can hurt us here, but I guess just be careful of the conveyor, because it will push us backwards now, so... Oh, these guys are still out here? Alright, well, I was gonna try to hit the camera, but I don't even know where the camera is in this room. Ow! Thankfully, with Kazooie, we can just get up here with a shock jump, and just immediately go down here. We don't really need her by herself at all, we just kind of needed her to get back with Banjo, but let's go in here now. And the cable room is kind of a tricky beast, because it's very dark. We will only get the room lit up by the occasional little lightning sparks on the wires. There's nothing we actually really need to do in here other than just go to the door over here. Though we may come back here later if I am bad at the game, which is possible. So, this room is where we really need to go, because this is the quality control room, and this has some radioactive barrels in it. But there's also a rareware barrel in it, and that is what we actually want to shoot. And if we shoot one of the other barrels, then Well, you'll find out, because I'm sure it'll happen. But I would just recommend shooting from the doorway, because you may need to leave the room if you mess up, so you don't want to be super far away from the door. So let's try and just wait for the rare barrel to come up. Okay, there we go. They're gonna get a bit more packed together, so you want to shoot a little bit faster. And here they go again. See if that is good enough. Oh man, I am surprised. Okay, this is where things get a bit difficult, because now they're all packed together, so if you miss at all, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit one of the radioactive barrels. So I have a timing for this, but I can't quite remember what it is. I want to say it's like the third barrel from the right, I think, is where I like to shoot. Let's try that and see if that works. Nope, that was way bad. Okay. So, well, I'm glad I got that wrong, because now I can actually show off what happens here. I might have been thinking of a different timing there. So now the room will fill up with toxic gas now that we've hit a toxic barrel. So we have to quickly get out of here. And thankfully, I guess the toxic gas does not spread into this room for some reason. But we want to just go over here. And this button will turn on the fans in that room, and that will clear out the toxic gas. I don't know if that makes sense at all. I'm not a toxic gas expert. But it works in Grunty Industries, so it's fine for now. Also, that's the only time we'll actually have to watch that cutscene. So if you mess up again, you will not. It'll just tell you right away that the room is clear. But just for the first time, they do make you watch that. So now we can go back in, and if you mess up again, you're just gonna have to go back out and hit that switch again every time. But thankfully, we are almost done, and I think I've got the timing down this time. So at least I hope I do. Let's get the reticle nice and centered there. Okay, that's good enough. I think it's actually 5 before on this one. So like... Ooh. Okay, so I think 5 is like 3 from the left this time. So I think that's what we want. Let's go there. Okay, nice. And now I think it's actually 3... Oh no, that doesn't make sense either, does it? Man, I don't know. I forget what the timing is. I thought they got the first one confused with this one, because we actually do have to do 2 rounds of them when they're all packed together. But I don't know. I'm gonna try doing it here. Damn it. Alright. I did it at the second one from the left. Maybe it's just 3 again. Or I don't know. Maybe it was 4, and I just got lucky the first time. I don't know if what I'm saying really makes sense if your brain doesn't work the way mine does, but because like I'm just saying numbers when there are no numbers present. My brain just likes to assign numbers to things. So let me just try shooting from the third barrel to the left this time. See if that works again. There we go. Okay. I guess that's just it. So that will, of course, give us a Jiggy, but the Jiggy was actually thrown onto the other side of the room, of the other side of the barrels, which we cannot access right now, so we're going to have to, again, get that later. But there's also a Minjo down here. Not that we need that, but it's just there. It would be kind of cool, I guess, if, like, a requirement was to kill Minjos. Just to kind of give them a bit more purpose than just a cheeky, haha, gotcha. But yeah, that's all we gotta do in the cable room right now. I think that's all we're gonna really do in this episode, because it's been like 30 minutes, almost. So, that is gonna wrap things up here in the cable room. Next time, ow. Yeah, that does hurt you, so be careful. The only other thing that's really in this room, there's like some honeycombs. I think over here? No, maybe to the right? I know there's honeycombs in here. Yeah, I see it. I see it bouncing over there. I can't see anything else right now, though, so... Okay, thank goodness. There's one single honeycomb, I guess. Next time on Banjo-Tooie, we are going to continue Grunty Industries, maybe finish it up. I don't know. We don't have a ton left to do, but there's still a substantial amount of stuff. So, next time we're just going to continue Grunty Industries and see where it takes us. So, I will see you then. Goodbye.